Hey, what's up? Quick video. Yesterday I didn't post. I didn't post the video, and I didn't go live. And the reason was because life is happening. Leave it at that. Life is happening, and it was just a really. I still did my routine. I woke up at like at 5:40, and I went for my walk at 6 a.m. because when I looked out the window, the sun was rising and sunrise was really beautiful, and it was really cool weather-wise. So I went at 6 in the morning. I went down there, and and then I started to make a video like I usually do. But yeah, it just wasn't. I do that sometimes if I'm making a video, and I just because my thing is I don't want to put negativity out there. I don't want to make a video that's super depressing. I don't want to. I got a little checklist of things I don't want to do when I'm making a video. So I made the video, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna post this. And then after I finished walking by the river, I'm like, let me go talk to my mom. So I walked from the river to where the grave is. I don't know. I guess it's like an hour, 45 minutes over there. So I went over there talking to my mom, telling her about all the bullshit that's going on. And and then I went to Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. And then I walked home. And then randomly this song popped in. I had my headphones on, but it just randomly started playing an instrumental. So I wrote a rap summing up that day. I didn't record it. I I think I think it goes something like, so the setting is I'm sitting in the therapist's office, and in the last session she said to me, Matthew, why are you so hard? But we could change hard for cold. Why are you so cold? Why are you so unfeeling? Why are you so matter of fact about things? I'm like, what the hell? Like I'm the like, cause you say something like, well, when you rain, or she would say something like, it's normal for people to blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, and it's normal for the rain to fall. Do we dwell on being wet, or do we just deal with the wetness? Now, it's therapy, and she wants to talk everything out. But that's how I deal with it. Well, what am I gonna? Oh, it's raining. It's raining. You get wet. Get an umbrella, or come with, or be naked, or, I'm processing all the different ways I can just go about something without so much. But she doesn't seem to find this healthy. So anyway, the song was, I'm in the therapist's office, and she says, "Why are you so cold?" And then I bust into rap, and the rap. I wrote this yesterday. Let's see if I can memorize it. Pull it back up. It goes. So I'm talking to the therapist. It goes, I used to analyze the minds of people every day, then they don't, realize they telling you lies to your face. To your face. You could walk in my shoes and feel the same way. And the therapist's like, oh, that's cliche. Then I'm like, then you'll never feel my pain. Then you'll never feel my pain, bitch. And I'm using that word as one of endearment. How we talking for months and you ain't hear shit? But it just goes on that way, and yeah. So that was what I was feeling, and I summed it up into a nice little 16. I got home, but I didn't record it. Whatever. And then so I was like, I don't think I'm in the right mental space to do a live or anything. So then I went to Zumba, Tuesday Zumba, as I talked about before, and it was wild. There was, so morning Zumba. There's about 8 women, Some are, I would say in their 50s or 70s. Yeah, because a couple are 70, 60s. Me. And then this other guy is like, I guess he's in his 70s, 60s, whatever. Now, we don't talk, but his function is he gets in there and like, he just be jumping up and down off the beat. But it's nice to see another guy in there. And if some random people are walking by and they're like, look at those two stupid guys in there, he's going to draw the attention. but, um, but it's morning, so everyone's kind of sleepy. There's not so many people, but the music's good. I like the music, whatever. So then Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, it is packed. There was like 30 women in the class, and that guy. I was happy to see that he came. So there's 30 women in the class, and my spot hiding in the back was already occupied, so I had to kind of go into the corner, basically right against the wall. I mean, I could stand anywhere I want, but clearly this isn't my class. It's 30 women's class. And the music is faster and it's more like it. The song that we did our warm up to is The Percolator. I don't know if people know The Percolator, but it's time for The Percolator. It's time for, I'm like, I'm not doing no percolator because if you know the dance, like, I ain't doing that. But you could do whatever you want. So some of the older people, they're not like, they can't move like that. And people who can do it, they're percolating along. And then we get into the songs, and I look over, and I don't know if you remember, but I had a crush in Zumba class when I first started. But then she disappeared. Ironically, the other day I was at Aldi's, a kind of discount store or whatever, with my dad, and I recognized her because of her butt. That's how, like, yo, that looks like the butt from, because I'm in Zumba, so I'm behind everyone. And then she turned around and it was her. I'm like, that can't be her. And I didn't know, hey, are you the person? Because we never talked. We said hi and bye, but we never really got into conversations. So then every time we go up an aisle, she's coming down, and then my dad is here, and she's there, and I had all these opportunities to be like, "Are you the one from Why Don't You Come Anymore?" But I didn't. So then I come into the class, and I look over, and there she is. So I guess she's doing the night classes, but she's way over there, and there's like 30 women in between us. But I think she just does every Tuesday night, so it's gonna mess up her Tuesday talks at 6 o'clock. But the music's going on and it's really high. Like there's no break. The morning one is kind of breaks, 10 seconds. This one is just bam, 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 and since I'm not directly standing in the middle behind the teacher, I have to like figure out the steps, looking at other people who are equally as lost. And this teacher's routine was to always turn around in a full circle. So it's like, and then you turn and you're like, but everyone is lost, so it's not. I mean, it is self. I do feel self conscious, but no one's really. Well, people are watching the random guy in the class, but she also does like songs like songs I used to dance to in Japan or when I was clubbing, so it kind of brings back nostalgia. She did Usher, nice and slow, and then people who know it are singing. It was fun. And came home, worked on some music, whatever. And then this morning, when I woke up, I couldn't find my dad. Usually he's in the garden. So I go outside and he's on the porch. And he said, can I ask you a stupid question? You can give me a stupid answer. Now, this is my kind of logic. If you ask a stupid question, you're going to get a stupid answer. But if you're already setting, because some people ask the question thinking it's very intelligent, and then you're like, you give them an answer, and they're like, oh, you think you're, well, this happens to me frequently. But he asked, how do we know that the sun is 93 million miles, which is pretty random. I only know that because in the Wu-Tang song Triumph, he goes 93 miles away from the reptilian. That's the trigger. That's how I memorize it. I don't remember learning that in school or retaining it. And well, actually, that wasn't his question. His question was, do we revolve around the Earth, or do we revolve around the sun, or does the sun revolve around us, or something to that? I forget. I mean, it was just this morning, and I said yes because the sun, our solar system, is in another system. So I would imagine that the systems are moving. So the whole system is moving around another system. That's where I was going with it. And then he went into, and how do we know that it's 93 million miles away from Earth? How can we measure? Now, I don't know the math. I'm not good at those abstract maths and all that. But, so my first thought was a laser, point a laser into the sky, but I believe they're using sonar or something. I don't know. It's on Wikipedia. Now, I'm not one of those people for having a conversation to go jump on a Wikipedia to, but it's there. If you want to know, it's there. And then he was saying something like, "Why are we going to space?" Because they're trying to find God. I don't think that's the reason. Maybe someone is, but I was trying to think of the best way, and this face and this pause. People don't get. I'm trying to think of the best way to make it make sense. So I came up with the Wright brothers. I said, you know how the Wright brothers, when they're flying a plane, people are like, you shouldn't be flying a plane because, if God wanted us to fly, you would have wings and it's against thing. And then my dad picked it up. Yeah, that's no different from the Columbus. He used that one. People thought the world was flat, and now this whole conversation was like, it was great because the day before, and the it wasn't great. But this, because usually we don't, usually talking about politics. You don't want to hear my thoughts in politics, but no, you really don't want to hear my. Well, you might. You don't. Well, I don't know. Maybe you do. Who knows? But anyway, in general, people don't on either side. Cause that's it. Anyway, so it was really a nice conversation, and then I worked on some apps. I'm getting better at my app game, making tutorials. Because the trick is, I don't want to do voiceovers. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but if you just do it once while you're doing it, done. A voiceover, you would have to like go back. And I'm getting better at like editing the ums and the ahs and being succinct. But I do a little, I talk too much. So I'll be like, yeah, I got this app. This app was made in 1937, is it? But the person who's watching it, they don't care. They just want to know what the app is. So I spend like, it might be a 20-minute video, but then I spend like an hour editing it down to 6 minutes, where if I just could kind of just get to the point, I could crank out these. And then that site or that YouTube channel, I'm almost at 200 subscribers. I need 800 more before I could start getting my pennies. But that, I'm still building up the skill set. Like if I got 800 subscribers right now looking for apps or looking for tutorials and reviews and music stuff, I'm not there yet. I'm still learning how to do this. So, building up, it's a slow game, and I'm all for it. And 14 minutes later. So the reason I made this video is because so then I went to the store to go get some cookies. Cause I just been sitting there. I just finished working on the tutorial and I just posted it. So I was gonna take a break, go get some cookies, and I go to the store. And this corner store, this store it's relatively new. I don't know why I went in there, but I went in there one day just off the whim, and the guy was really nice. Like, hey man, how you doing? I mean, he's of Indian descent, I believe. He said, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. He's like, yeah, it's a beautiful day. Like, I guess it is. This is different from, you can't see, but the guy down this street, I walk in there and he's just like, and I always talk about it because he always does is you walk in there and he's on the phone or he's yelling at someone like, what the fuck you do? What the fuck? And he's like yelling and screaming and he turns around, yeah. He's like, and then some nights he's really kind, hi, how you doing? But it's just weird. Or the other day I my dad wanted to, well actually I felt that I could win the lottery. It's up to like 1 billion where I guess it's world or countrywide, but it's up to 1 billion. And I guess like everyone, you get that fever. What if I won? You won't know if you win unless you play, and if you don't play, you can't win. And I'm thinking, wow, if I got that money, what would I do? Well, I would. I'd have a scholarship at my school because people like me, people who maybe we're smart, but school isn't for us, and we kind of just slack along. And then when it comes time to go to college, there's no scholarships for our types. So this one would be slacker scholarship. Yeah, maybe you're a C student, but if you have dreams, ambition, and passion, because I would be the one deciding or the committee I pick. And I thought, yeah, I guess I would give money to my church. I haven't gone to it, but whatever. They take some money. Give money to Temple, my alma mater. And I'm just thinking of, so I'm spending. I wasn't thinking of what I'm gonna buy. I'm thinking of how I'm gonna spend it. So, funerals cost. My mom's funeral cost about seven, six thousand, 5,000. Let's say $6,000 for a funeral, which is pretty expensive. And luckily, she had insurance that covered it. But I don't think most of my friends are even thinking about. I'm not even. Well, I wasn't thinking about it until because when funerals come, someone got to pay for it. Either it's coming out of the insurance, or it's coming out of your pocket, or you're starting your GoFundMe's or something. So I was thinking that I would like set up a fund where all my relatives wouldn't have to pay for their funeral expenses. And maybe I can get a discount, a family discount. So all the people, all my kin, when it comes time for whatever, they could just go to this because where my mom is buried, my uncle's buried, two, three of my uncles, a cousin. So and I was thinking about scholarships for or paying off any scholarship or any college funds for my nieces, nephews. I was gonna give some money to my friend's mom, who's like my surrogate mom, cause she was like there was like 20 of us boys, and throughout the years, if we had issues with our own families, we could always stay at her house, or if we just had to get back on our feet. So I was thinking I was gonna give her some money because she never asked for any. Like that was the house where we'd run in the summertime and eat all the food in the refrigerator, and then we come back and there still be food, and she never like. Yeah, so she would get some money, and uh, and that's where I got. And I'm at the store and I go in there and the guy's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" I'm like, it's not bad, and so I get this cookie. This cookie, which is 240 calories. But this cookie is what I used to eat when I was in elementary, middle school. I don't know if I ate them in high school. Probably, but this was something I used to eat. So every time I come home from Japan, I would always buy this cookie for nostalgia. And now I'm living here. I try to not buy it every day, buy it maybe once a week or whatever. So then this guy, he's like, hey, man. So there's a guy in front of me, an older guy. So I go to pay, and he's like, hold on. So I'm thinking he's going to open a door for the older guy because this guy is just like, I'm not saying like he's all super happy and stuff. He's just, I don't know, like, because we talked a couple times and he's just. So anyway, he comes back from wherever he came and he goes, here. And he's like, I'm going to give you this because you like those cookies. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, okay, it's yours. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm serious. I don't kid around. And these cookies are $1.50, right? So he says, just give me $1.50, and I bought these cookies, and he hands me the box. The first thought that I thought was, damn, that's a lot of calories, because I gotta eat it. That's why I try not to buy like like supersized things, even if they're discounted, because if there's a big bag of something that I like to eat, I'm going to eat the whole bag. So he gives me the big box of cookies and he says, have a nice day. I say, you too. I walk out the store and I'm like, I got to make a video because this is just so random. Like, I'm not used to. And this, so realistically, the video should have been, I just got out the store. It is so random. And I'm talking about the cookies, but this is what happened. But, it's just, I'm not used to people just being nice. Like, he doesn't. I go to the store once. Like, like realistically, I go to the store to buy this once a week. So for my business, $1.50 once a week. That comes up to $6. Yeah, a month. So I am worth about $6 of business for him. Nothing more, nothing less. By him giving me a box, and there's 18 in this box, that means I won't be coming around for like the next. Now, of course, I'm gonna eat all these in like 3 seconds. But if I ate it the way I was eating it, I won't be coming back to the store for like another 3, 4 months. But it's just like he's not doing it to like, oh yeah, if I give him cookies, he's gonna buy more stuff. Like, I'm afraid to go in the store. I feel like just overwhelmed. I want to do something to show my appreciation, but I know he's not asking for anything, and it really throws me in a loop. I'm not used to that. Like, I'm not used to people writing comments saying, I like watching your videos, because, and this is where my therapist would be like the videos I make, the music I make, the things I do. And at this point, the therapist like, why you stop? Why did you stop? Because I'm trying to, I don't want to say something, yeah, no one ever. That's not true. People have been kind to me. Girlfriends. I mentioned my friend's mom, my professor. There's a lot of people who have been kind to me. But they know me. They're girlfriends. They're people. This guy, he does not know me. He doesn't know that my mom passed away and I'm here and I'm like, I'm doing the best I can, but it is a. He doesn't know that. He's just, I mean, he could sense by the way I come into the store and I whatever. But yeah, it was just it was just it was just it was just beautiful. So at this point, right? Because this is what happens when I say stuff. So the therapist is like, so why are you crying? What's wrong? I'm like, what the? And I try to explain I'm not used to people being kind, and she's like, well, there's lots of kind people in the world. Yeah, there is, but I don't. But anyway, so that was my video. I was trying to make it short, but I guess it happened. And this is what happens when I make my apps, my tutorials. I just start rambling about, like, I start going to, yeah. I used to be a teacher in Japan and did it. And then I have to edit all that out because they don't care where I used to be, what I used to do. Not now. Like, when I'm number one video make, I don't have to be number one, but when I have a bigger following, and some sponsors and all that, then all this extra shit will be all like, wow, I didn't know that. But yeah. So I'll probably make a video walking and talking sometime this week. But be safe. Thanks for watching. And if you are a fan of these cookies, let me know. Not that I'm gonna send you any, but when I eat them, I will think of you, and maybe it will register in your stomach. So you get the feeling without the calories. I'll get the calories, and I will get a stomach, but you can get the feeling. All right. Peace.